Welcome back, Alpha Hunters. Hope everybody is having a tubular Tuesday. We are seeing just a bunch of chop on the market. So we'll take a look and see if there's major movement and other things going around in the market. But yeah, just a bunch of chop. We had a nice little gap down here on the SPY this morning. Roughly 0.3%. Trading a little bit lower there on the open. Nothing crazy. And then we get a nice bounce. We got Jolt's jobs data, and let's see, take a look at that real quick. So we got Jolt's job openings came in this morning at 8.7 million. The market was expected 9.3 million. We also got ISM services PMI came in a little bit higher than what was expected at 5.2 or 57, 52.7 versus 52 was the expected. So okay, nothing crazy there. I would say the Jolts. I'm not a big fan of the Jolts, but it definitely came in under. So I don't really care for the Jolts all that much, but hey, I'm sure there is somebody that can prove statistically that it's relevant in some form or fashion. But that's what happened here. 30 minutes after the market opened, got a nice pop. You can see the volume kind of come up there. So we got a nice pop, a little bit of a pullback, continued higher there over the next hour, and then just chopped after that. Just quick pullback, just choppy, basically ever since. So nothing crazy going on today. The only thing that's really kind of crazy is the IWM, the RSP, and we'll take a look at that. So people are kind of rotating kind of into those safe haven big tech stocks again. Take a look at the Qs. You can see the Qs had a nice little gap down. They just got bought right up. First hour and a half. I mean, just a very strong start to the day there. Nice little pullback and just kind of choppy here since the middle of the day. IWM. So the IWM here, nice gap down on the IWM, roughly 0.4%, and it traded down, and it's just kind of been choppy at the lows of the day down here. So yeah, I mean that's just kind of the way the IWM's been now. Past couple of days, the IWM was doing pretty good, especially compared to like the Qs and the SPY. So kind of makes sense that they don't crush it every day. DIA, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, nice gap down here on the Dow, and roughly a 0.2% gap down. They were down a 0.5%, kind of at the lows of the day here. So yeah, kind of choppy, basically sideways since the open there on the DIA. RSP getting hit down, just choppy since that first initial sell down there in the first 15 minutes. So yeah, the RSP, doing its thing. Here's a look at the daily RSP. Might, looks like it might be at least be coming back to that 10 daily EMA that it has not interacted with in a good while. It's been not quite a month, but yeah, definitely back on November 10th was the last time I kind of interacted with that 10 EMA. So the DIA, I was very shocked at how bullish this one was, but it looks very good. Very nice bullish move. So that looks pretty good. IWM, yeah, we're just seeing some resting going on. We got a very strong move on a lot of the different areas and across the markets yesterday and even Friday, thinned out last week, and it kind of just makes sense that we get some resting days. IWM down 1.2%. So yeah, I kind of mentioned, right? Quickly go from one level to another level, and it's going to set up probably another consolidation, or maybe it rejects and goes back to the previous level. We'll see. Qs. Qs with this gap down. I'd be curious to see if we do sell down the market as we go into close and get back down to the low of the day, especially here on the Qs, because that would be kind of an interesting look there. Let me get rid of the one. There we go. That'd be an interesting look there, as you'd have a pretty good lower wick yesterday. You have a nice upper wick today, And I mean, I would be a little bit more inclined to think that that would be a continuation in that bearish direction kind of setup if that was to happen. So you can also see that we have gotten back below this high that we put in back in July. And so all we kind of did was we broke back down below it Monday, and then we just retested that high level today, and we haven't gotten back over it. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting couple of days here. I don't really know what to think unless we got back below 380, which would be this high, and then we have a gap fill just below it right here to these highs. So maybe if we got through like 375, that would be a little bit more of there's a bigger pocket here to the downside that you could possibly be willing to take. But for now, I think the market probably be choppy. I think people are going to continue to probably buy the dip on any kind of pullback, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, it was a very strong momentum November. So SPY has not gotten below that 10 EMA, still rising. It is down more in the Qs today. Nice couple upper wicks here past couple days. Well, today and yesterday. So definitely be curious to see, how we close today. Because I don't know if we make a move back up to these highs. Not with how the market's been trading here the past couple hours, so. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Just have to see how the close is. But we do have plenty of gaps to the downside. All right. Let's take a run through. Let's see VIX. VIX is down. The market's down. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I mean, it's not crazy down. The market's not crazy down. It's just kind of a flat day. Not much going on. Dollar continuing to run higher. Okay. Dollar continuing to run higher. Very interesting. GLD gold. So, kind of mentioned this yesterday. And just looking at those gold futures, that it seemed like we just went and snagged a whole bunch of basically people that were short at the all-time high type level. Right here on the gold futures, people short up here, and they all covered at once right away when the futures opened, Sunday evening in the U.S. And once they all kind of short covered, that's what this seems like it was. Because if you look at, right there, as soon as the futures opened Sunday night, you can see the quick pop. So that's kind of what it seems like. It seems like a lot of people that had been trying to be bearish on gold. I don't know why you would, but it seemed like they just kind of short covered, and then, people took the opportunity to kind of sell it off, maybe lock in profits. Have been trading, maybe people that have been bullish here over the past couple of months. The thing I will say is I don't think it's an opportunity. I get that this looks extremely bearish. I don't think it's an opportunity to go bearish. I think this was just like, boop, just pop, and then it's going to come down. It's going to consolidate. And it might start consolidating right here. I think it'll probably come at least a little bit lower. How will that look with the GLD? How will it look with the GLD? I think it'll probably come a little bit lower. Probably not much though. I think this is going to start to set up some buying, and then it's going to be kind of off to the races. Just start slowly grinding higher. Yeah, I think gold looks really good. I think really popping up over the all-time high levels there on the futures were really, really good. Be bullish on gold. 10-year yield breaking down today. Look at that move. Nice move down. Gonna have this spot here around 4.07 on the rates, on the 10-year rates. Okay. That's all I got. This thing's in its move, so probably you're just gonna be bullish on bonds for now. until it kind of starts to set up. That's going to be the cool thing about rates is you'll see it base out. It'll be kind of, like kind of like this, like what the 10 and 2 did. You'll get a couple days of just sideways action, and that'd be a pretty good time to maybe take it off on being bullish on bonds. Speaking of bullish on bonds, so this is the 10 and 2. You can see the 10 and 2 inversion coming down. But speaking of bullish on bonds, yep, looking pretty good. Continuing to push higher. Haven't broken the highs of last week, but just higher today. LQD has broken the high of last week, continuing to push higher. Okay. TLT. TLT looks very, very good. Yeah, TLT looks pretty good. And you can see how kind of from starting how thick it was, but it got tighter in this rising wedge here, and then it just kind of got out of it and it popping up over. So kind of mentioned this, I guess last Wednesday. It kind of popped up over that rising wedge and came back down to it. Kind of thought maybe it'd come back down, through and break down all these supports, but then it bounced again. I don't know how much I'd be bullish on the TLT much more. It kind of seems like it's gonna probably get into a spot here and kind of flatten out, and maybe even roll over. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Because this is that low that we had back late in 2022, kind of October, November last year. So, all right, okay. So that is the TLT. Let's take a look at the sector rotation for the day. There we go. So sector performance for the day is basically like an inverse of what it was yesterday. So XLK definitely outperforming on the day. XLY discretionary is outperforming as well. Everything else is underperforming. So healthcare, financials, real estate, communications, industrials, staples, utilities, energies, and materials all underperforming on the day. Okay. The intraday price action, you still see XLY, XLK outperforming the most on the day, and everything else is still underperforming. We're going to take a look at energies. I haven't really looked at energies the past couple of days. So let's go take a look at energies real quick. So crude oil continuing to break down, now getting down to those November lows. Has broken those November lows there on crude oil. Okay. Gasoline not really breaking down as much. Heating oil. Heating oil had a pretty bad week at the end of the week last week.